Has anything terrible ever happened to you?
What do you want me to say?
You wanted this conversation. You wanted to talk about something that matters. Talk.
Hello. I'm LeVay Reed. I'm nobody. I'm just somebody who fancies himself an artist, and it's like 11 p.m. or something. We'll work on this for a couple hours and then we'll just call it a night. Yeah, gang. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna work on more so of her arm. Excuse me, and probably get like her torso or upper body done, and then we'll fuck. We'll figure it out. That's all right. Because even though we procrastinated, we still have work to do. So with the remainder time that we have, we are just going to. You have to lock in. Yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to lock in on phone him for the gang. For Reese's Pieces. Trying to think where everything should start. The light source is coming from, I'm going to say right here. I'm not gangbanging. That's not a C I'm throwing up, but like it's coming from right here. Right? So it's like it's shining down upon her. So I'm trying to figure out like where it starts and like kind of where it ends towards on the bottom, because her knee in front is going to cast a shadow about right there. And I'm kind of just drawing that out with one of my pastel pencils. Yeah, you see it. Be aware of it, baby. Don't be aware of it. Don't be afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, we kind of want to blend that out with a burnt sienna. Still don't know what to talk about. At this point in time, I've recorded another video where I just got a tiny bit of work done on this piece, right? But I haven't posted it. I haven't even edited it. I don't even remember what I talked about last time in that video. Right there. I don't mean to sound so self-deprecating. I think that's the right word. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired. It's time for me to go to sleep, but I don't think I will be sleeping tonight. Anyways, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer or anything, but with each brush stroke that I continue to make with this piece, every time I take the pencil, and I drag it across this paper, my mind sort of goes blank. And then that's when I start to... That's when negative thoughts kind of come in sometimes. And it's just like a thought that continues to pierce my mind is just what a worthless person I turned out to be. I am absolutely nothing. Nothing more than a mere breath. But yeah, I am so grateful to be alive. All by the grace of God, of course. I am 24 years old. About to be 25 in November, I think. And I look back, and it's not like I'm filled with much regret, but at the same time, it's just like maybe at some point I should strive to do better. And, I've been thinking to myself recently, like, things would be a lot better if I would just kind of, if I can get myself to submit myself to God. I think this time is different. Every morning I pray and I thank God for the new day that I have been given. And I tell him that I'm going to be better than I was the day before. Sometimes I do a lot better, but then sometimes I don't. I give in to my laziness and I end up sleeping a lot longer than I should. You guys don't see it, but I have a Bible verse just posted around my room about giving into sloth. This one says, "How long, you lazy one, will you lie there? And when will you rise up from your sleep?" Proverbs chapter 6, verse 9. And then this one says, "The lazy person has his cravings, yet he has nothing. But the diligent one will be satisfied." Excuse me. And that's Proverbs chapter 13, verse 4. Where's another one? This one right here behind the camera. It says, "Sow your seed in the morning and do not let your hand rest until the evening. Dot, dot, dot." Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 6. There was more to that verse, I think, but I didn't write it down. I wanted to focus on that portion of the verse. And, I have these put around my room so that I don't kind of give in to these temptations. Whenever you start to feel yourself giving in to the desires of the flesh, I think that's when you should try to draw closer to God, try to draw water from his well in order to keep going, to receive strength. And I say that, but that's not something that I've been doing. But it's going to change now. Because I don't think I can afford to keep going on like this. And I think it's about time that I do better, because really this is all that I am. An artist is all that I am. There's nothing more to me. There's nothing for me to give myself for or give myself to. I make art because I know nothing else. You know what I mean? For the longest time, it's been like that too. I don't have any extravagant or big dreams. I don't have any aspirations in life. I'm just swaying back and forth between one piece and another. I finish one piece and I move on to the next, over and over and over and over and over again. And that's all there is to it. There's nothing more and there is nothing less. That is my life, and that's not something that I'm upset about. I know the way that I'm talking, it seems like, oh, okay, well, this is something that needs to change, but no, I'm actually happy about that. I just want to explain that this is all that I have. And because this is all that I have, I gotta do something with it. This is the gift that God gave me. So right now I'm just trying to figure out where the shadows are gonna be on this on this little sweater that she's kind of wearing. Trying to figure all that out. Just kind of figure out how I want this to look. Her leg is going to be kind of exposed. Like this is going to drape around her leg. And then onto her lovely seat here. And then she's going to have like a white undershirt, I suppose. Yeah, I think that'll work. You're not really going to see the undershirt because of how she's sitting, but like it's going to be there. There you go. There you go. And then I guess I'll get the 4B and then fill this section out, this little area. Make it as black as it can be. Here we go. It's hot. But I have to be quite easy going with the way I do the rest of this thigh. Her little sweater is gonna somewhat come down and cast a shadow about like maybe right there. Or I don't know. I don't think that sounds too bad. Like I don't want to go over about like what this piece is about or like what is going to happen with the remainder of the piece. I think I'm going to end up finishing my subject up tonight. It's almost 2 o'clock. Something like that, yeah. It's almost 2 a.m. so I gotta finish up so I can start editing this video and doing a whole bunch of whole lot of gang stuff. But so the thing that she's sitting on, right, is a heart, a human heart, and it's submerged in like a pool of blood, and that's where the rest of her legs went, as well as her hand. So, you know, they're submerged into this pool of blood. And you have the heart that's going to be like gushing blood on multiple different areas, right? What you can't see is because, you know, I haven't drawn it yet, is that there's going to be a tree sprouting from the heart. It's going to be big, it's going to be very overbearing, take up most of the top portion of the piece. And that's going to be, it's going to be a broom tree. And it's going to kind of relate to a passage in the Bible. I forgot the book. My brain is so fried, but it's the story of Elisha, or Elijah. I think it's Elijah, under the broom tree, where he goes under the broom tree and he basically he asked for death. He was like, man, these people are after me. They are all my buns. They're all my buns, bro. I would like to just retire from life. I would like to expire immediately. But as he prayed to God about that, he went to sleep. And you know what God did? He listened to his prayer and he was just like, you know what? No. We're going to get you some food. You know, he said, we're going to get your ass up and you're going to go on a journey. What was it? He went on a journey for like 40 days and 40 nights or whatever until he met, I guess, his successor, Elisha, yeah. And passing off all his knowledge and wisdom and his teachings to him, I guess. But it's that moment under the broom tree that I'm kind of taking inspiration from. But this is more so of like, I guess you could say that I'm the angel in this, within this piece. I am by no means an angel or anything that is holy in the heavens. I'm just a man after God's heart, and that's all I am. Just a man. Nothing more than a mere breath, right? I am a man who occasionally, not occasionally, but like who still gets stuck in his own sinful ways, right? And despite this, I'm still looking to be righteous with God, be right with God. That's the objective, that's the goal. But still having trouble kind of overcoming my sinful nature. And I'm trying to like kind of, I guess you could say, seek redemption in a way, even though I've already been saved and, you know, the debt has already been paid off. I just feel like I have to seek redemption in some sort of way, and in a sense sacrificing my body, my flesh and my mind, and just continue creating even until it like basically destroys me. That's kind of the goal here. Just to create and work myself basically to death. And what that's going to do is it's going to produce fruit for my labors, right? But within that, I will understand that I will probably not be alive by the time that I am able to actually bear any fruit. But the fruit is not going to be for me to enjoy. It's going to be for the people that I leave behind in this world, right? And what I hope I leave behind is like, I don't know, inspiration or some sort of message that I can leave behind with my art pieces. Something that will like, in a sense, live on forever. Because, you know, I'm still trying to become one of the greatest artists of all time and have my artwork live on for many years to come, like all the other greats, right? But I want my art to inspire people to, I want I want my art to mean something. I want people to look at my art and have something to kind of take away from it. Maybe it inspires them to create something, or maybe it inspires them to live righteously, to make themselves right with God. Maybe it passes on, maybe it passes on knowledge and wisdom. Maybe it gives somebody the realization of how they should be treating themselves, and not just themselves but with others too. Whatever that my art is able to pass on to others, that will be the fruits that they can enjoy. And that's purely off of what I do now, by how hard I work now. And that's kind of what this piece is about. This woman right here, she is the person that's going to enjoy the fruits from my labor. As I'm sacrificing my flesh, you know, for my heart, my blood, I am bringing this person who is possibly feeling low, who is not really feeling themselves, possibly wishing death upon themselves and just not wanting to be here anymore. And then I'm giving them something in return to make them at least keep going, or at least make it another day, at least find inspiration to, you know, do something. That's what this is all about. You guys can probably can't even see it for real, but she is holding a balloon. You got the string right here. I need to make that a little more defined. Probably like make a little shadow so that you guys can actually see it. And right here, it's going to be a head, but it's, I guess it's caved out, like you can't see the face. And then above that is going to be a halo, but that halo is going to be made out of blood as well. It's going to be made out of my flesh. And that's where it's kind of like, you know, symbolizing the angel that appeared before Elijah and brought him food before he went on his journey, right? So like this is, in a sense, the angel that's appearing here. And I'm still deciding on what's going to happen right here in this little corner of the piece. I'll figure it out in probably one of my other videos that I do. I want to do more videos like this, like more of a work in progress, so I can like start uploading more. The goal is to like upload every single day, but that's proven to be very difficult because I'm not there yet. I need to be more disciplined. And that's it's a little difficult. It's a little difficult. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start by adding some charcoal. Try to get my shadows in. Shit. Come on. Power through it. Must remain disciplined. This really sucks. It sucks. I am tired. I got work at 5 a.m. So I gotta start getting ready at 4. So I only have a couple hours to like, you know, start editing and doing all that. This sucks. I gotta make some more coffee. I gotta be able to stay up throughout the day. Oh, and I have a meeting today after work. There's just so much I gotta do. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Let's start some other night. Maybe Wednesday night. Today's Tuesday now. Yeah. If you ended up watching this video all the way through, I appreciate you. I'm getting tired and emotional. Right.